So when this pump runs, we're having a lot of bubbles in the lid here, which is a sign that somewhere from here over we've got a suction leak, which is causing air to go into the pump. So we'll turn it on. You can see a lot of bubbles in there. So when you shut your pump off, you're going to want to watch around the valve or the fitting around the inlet of the pump on that high temp union. We found that right here out of the valve, once we shut it off, water squirts out. That's where we're getting air. It's sucking in through here. So we've got to take this valve apart and replace the O-rings. So there's 8 screws here. First we took off the valve handle. In the center there should be a nut, but it broke inside of there, it looks like. That's what holds the handle on. But you'd want to unscrew that nut, then take the handle off, and then unscrew these 4 or 8 screws. We like to use a drill, use it on the very lowest setting, as plastic can crack. First you want to see where it's set up right now. Inlet is pointing towards the pipe, or towards the pump. That's where you want that to be, because these are little stoppers that prevent your handle from turning all the way. See, it stops there and it stops there because there's this little plastic piece in there right there that stops right against this. If this plastic piece is broken or these were put on wrong, you could essentially shut off all the water flow to your pump, which would cause it to cavitate. So make sure you put that back on right. But again, the little trick we do, we just kind of grab onto here and just shake and pull up a little bit, and then go to the other side. Sometimes it can be hard because they're stuck on there. You don't ever want to like pry. I've seen some people put like flathead screwdrivers in here. That could damage the housing. This could damage these two as well, so you want to be really careful. And then we have an O-ring there, and then 2 O-rings on that stem. We'll replace those. First we'll clean all this up, and then we'll put those new O-rings on. Okay, so we have these 3 O-rings. We just added a little bit of lubricant to them, and I place them over the stem of this diverter, just like this. Push them down all the way. Okay, and then I get my other one. This goes around the plate. So I get the plate here. Let's see if I can do this one in. Put this O-ring around, like so. And then we'll grab this and we will stick it down in this. Push it all the way down in. Right, inlet is pointing towards the pump. Man, it's hard to film and do this. There we go. Then you want to put the 8 screws back in, but do it in a pattern so Now the pump is running after replacing these valves, and you can see there's not a single bubble in there. So the suction leak was coming from this valve here. Placed O-rings. Now we've got a nice smooth running pump. We inherited this pool. We would definitely not recommend plumbing the inlet like this. The more 90s you have, the more restriction there is. It's kind of a funky setup because where they have the valve, essentially if this was turned this way, we'd be able to plumb a straight pipe. So you should do so if it's 2 inches in diameter, you should have an 8-inch pipe running into your inlet, but it's looking okay. Slowly tighten, slowly tighten, slowly Slowly tighten, slowly tighten, slowly